So another important question that you need to ask yourself in this whole journey of self-discovery, this whole journey of understanding yourself more, is what are the bad things that I know that I'm doing that I need to stop? I'll say it again. What are the bad things that I know that I'm doing that I need to stop? You really need to get to grips with this question and be honest with yourself and be straight with yourself and really get on board with it. Because if you want to make progress, if you are feeling stuck, feeling isolated, or feeling as though you're not making progress, one thing that I've learnt myself, especially if you're working remotely and you're feeling that feeling of isolation, is that you need to develop good habits, good routines. You need to be conscious of yourself. You need to really understand yourself and regularly, I guess, in a way, have a conversation with yourself to understand why you're not moving forward. And it may be that you need to eliminate some of those, in inverted commas, so-called bad things that you're doing. So that those can range from things like, I don't know, from a perspective, let's look at the perspective of career development, job search for a moment. Let's say that you're sending out your CV, sending out your resume, you've spoken to multiple recruiters about your CV, about your resume, you've sent it out to multiple employers, you're not getting a response, but you continue to do that. You send out your CV to 10, 20, whatever, hundreds of employers, but you're not, like I said, you're not getting the response. That is something that is not, that's a bad habit. That's not good. Something about that is not right. You need to question yourself. Why is it that I'm not getting a response? What do I need to do differently? How can I change it? Because doing the same thing over and over again and not, getting any results from what you're doing is an example of just not it's an example of a situation where you're not going to make progress. You're just going to become more and more lacking in confidence. So that's something that I would categorize as in inverted commas as bad, not so good. But then these so-called bad things don't necessarily have to relate to just your career. It could be aspects of your life. It may be that you need to stop eating out and ordering takeaway food because, I don't know, it's costing you money, or you're out of shape, for example, it's affecting your health. You've got to sit down and have a conversation with yourself, or sit down and really be real with yourself. And identifying some of these areas, some of these things. It might be that you're complaining about something. It might be you're complaining about your boss, you're complaining about your co-workers, you're complaining about life in general. But let's look at work for a minute. If you're complaining about work, aspects of work, whether that's your boss or whatever it is, your co-workers, you need to get yourself out of there. But obviously before you do that, you need to get something sustainable before you do that. But you need to think about how can you get out of the situation that you're in now to a situation that you want to be in. Stop complaining about that situation and do something about that to change it. Because nobody likes working with people who complain. Nobody wants to be around somebody who's repeatedly complaining. There's nothing wrong with complaining maybe once or probably twice, but if you complain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times and don't do anything about that particular situation, then that's going to have a negative effect on not just yourself, but the people around you. That's not so good. Don't do that. So time, wasting time as well. It might be that for me, wasting time is like, if you're in a situation where you have time, you're trying to get out of a situation that you're in now and move forward to a situation that you want to be in, but you procrastinate and waste time. Maybe you're on socials instead of doing your resume, or you're not doing the research that you need in order to figure out what it is that you want to do. That's bad as well. That's not good. that time wasting is going to mount up, and you're just going to feel the same way on Monday as you did on Friday. So yeah, not so good. So message here, it's just a brief message. Please ask yourself, what are some or one or many of the bad things that you know that you're doing that you need to stop? Ask yourself that question and really begin to be honest with yourself. Write those things down and make a move, make a change, and do it today.